it's going to be really interesting one. Marcin Nowakowski is going to speak together with Renata Nowotna to discuss legal project management and introducing Kanban for improving of lawyers' efficiency. So the floor is yours, Marcin. Go on.
Thank you. I just said the right panelists, and we move on. Hello, Renata. So great to see you after some time, after 1 year. I always love talking to Renata because she's not only focused on the improving law firms, on the law firms processes, but is also a person focused on the client-centric and human-centric way of setting up the process, the law firm. And I know Renata is helping both Czech and international law firms to work better. And I think this mindset of being client-centric and being customer-centric, human-centric, comes also from that Renata holds also on top of other education the degree in philosophy, which gives her a good start in human-centric approach. If I'm not mistaken, Renata is broadcasting today, joining us today from beautiful city of Prague.
Yeah, near to Prague, almost.
Great. Tell us a few words. What do you think? What's your feeling for this conference? What is your feeling of the state of the LPM market? To start the conversation.
I think that previous speakers described the situation pretty well. I mostly agree with them. Maybe if we are talking about efficiency and what's the most important regarding efficiency, I can compare law firms to other industries, because I work for not only for lawyers but also for other industries. So I have a good comparison. And in general, if we are talking about efficiency, I can see three pillars. Yeah. First one is a good competency model, which means who does what in the company. The second one is processes, which means how the things are done. And the third one is communication. It means feedback, task management, and company culture, you can say. But it's also for law firms, no differences. But I can see few differences in law firms in addition to these three pillars I mentioned. And in last, I don't know, maybe year, since the last conference, I can see few more points and quite hot topics regarding law firms. First one is delegation. It seems to be quite important point, how to delegate. If you have a small team or bigger team of lawyers, how to make them, let's say, independent on partners or senior lawyers, how to work more independently and produce excellent work by themselves. It's one point. And the second point I can meet quite often within my consultation is personal productivity, how to bill more hours. These two topics, delegation and productivity, I can see quite often regarding law firms in the Czech Republic. How to shift the one-man show or one-woman show to a firm, how to scale up the business. And if you start as a one-man show or one-woman show, there's a time you need to more diversify work, and you need to diversify competencies to your team members. But what's quite difficult point is, as you hire students or junior lawyers, you have a tough task how to develop them so quickly so they can be a good member of a team. Yeah, that's one point that lawyers told me there is not enough of excellent people, but I say you have to make them to be excellent. You have to let them shine, not to be in your shadow. That's one really important point regarding law firms, to be more efficient. And the second one is productivity, as I said before, to make more billable hours, productivity and motivation. How to motivate your people to do more billable work. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to do, I don't know, twice amount of hours in total, but you have to be smarter. You have to work more efficiently. You have to use technology, and you have to work as a team. So this is another question I quite often hear: how to motivate our people to be more productive and to earn more money to the company. These 2 points are connected. To be good at delegation and to let my people to shine and to be excellent. And if I allow them to be more open to clients and to be more in touch with clients and to attend some conferences and to write some articles, yeah, let them shine. So they will be more motivated to be more productive. That's my main point for today. But as we discussed before, you are talking about project management, and that's definitely part of this, because you have to be well organized and you have to your projects organize well. And you told me you as I was thinking about this topic we are discussing today, one thought came up to my mind, and that is maximize the amount of work not done. One point of Agile Manifesto, which is really good to bear in mind, that if you need to increase amount of billable hours, you have to maximize the work not done.
Maximize or minimize, Renata?
Maximize the amount of work not done.
Done. Okay.
Not done. Yeah.
Okay.
Work smarter, work more agile, work efficient, be productive, work with your energy, work with your rhythms, life. Yeah, that's very important. Not to work from 6 in the morning to 2 in the night.
No, that would be too short. That's clearly too short. How can you say that, just a side comment, how can you say that the speaker is a good speaker at the legal conference clearly when you see the other panelists taking notes when listening. So I think it's the best. It's the best sign that really the panelist has something very, very good to say. I love the things which you said, and especially about developing people, because it's so easy to say the market is not mature, the talent is not there, and it's very easy. It's so much harder to take the reins and say, okay, today we will develop people. Also open up and take a risk, because these people can leave tomorrow. But that's it. That's life. And I remember the very, very interesting words from Madeleine Albright, who mentioned that sometimes a boss, or in business or in politics, is like a king or queen in the beehive, and it's not very interested in promoting the bees which are doing the very hard work for him or her in that situation. So I think very, very, very interesting point. And also interesting, what I really like is this structured approach to scale up, with working smarter, delegating, and doing in like a process step-like method. But you talked about processes, you talked about people. What is more important in the law firm, people or process?
People. Yeah, without people, processes are only words. Yeah, but last week my client asked me a question. What if I learn the people all the things I know and they leave? What I will do? And I answered him, you have to create the environment they want to stay. Don't be afraid what if they leave, but you have to create the culture, the atmosphere, the environment they want to stay with you.
Clear. That's clear. Thank you, Renata, for this. And let's shift a bit to a different topic. We talked about process-centric, effectiveness, and people, but there is also another part of the equation, which is how the things flow through the law firm, how the work flows.
Yeah, very important one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not static. It's not a picture of people sitting somewhere or processes in the boxes, but it flows. And in fact, we each year we do a survey on LPM market, how lawyers use the project methodology or project methods. And what we found this year is quite interesting. As we said in the beginning, lawyers are more and more educated. They see the different project methodologies in the business, but this is not translating into lawyers using them. So there is some problem, there is some challenge. Why people who are pretty knowledgeable, intelligent, deep inside the business do not pick up the things and do not start using them. And I wanted just to show you maybe one or two slides, which I'm trying to find. Yes. So the survey in 2021, 43% of respondents said that they are using the phased methods, what we sometimes call waterfall or standard. There are different names, but more or less phased things, line of the activities to be done. About 27% was saying they apply Agile Scrum, and about 20% said they apply Kanban. We moved 1 year. We took the very similar or the same group of respondents, and what we got is, or my interpretation of what we got, the phased methods and the standard methods are still strong. We do not see, despite they are being criticized now and then, we do not see a very, very steep drop in people using the standard phased methods. We see increase in Agile Scrum, few percent points, which is also not so dramatic. And we see that Kanban is not moving. It's more or less the same amount of people which used Kanban 1 year ago, 2 years ago, etc. And to my interpretation, the thing is that we are living in more and more complex environments, more interruption to this environment, more change. We are pushed with more and more marketing and information, how Agile, how Kanban could be useful for any service business, but it's not translating into how lawyers use things. And I tried to think why so, and wanted to show you a picture. Some of you may remember what this is. This is a tool, a very simple tool, which was used to communicate from person to person. You know, we picked up this thing which is with the cable, you did some things with the numbers, and then you could hear the other person on the other end of the line. This was 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I still had one, I think, in 2000 at my home. But we are not using them anymore. These are tools from 80s, and we are not using them anymore. So the question would be, which I would like to raise to you, why in project management we are still using the tools from 80s? The main methods have been developed in 1980s, 1990s, 2000. Then they have been provided to the market with trainings, with all kind of coaches, ninjas, whatever comes with the big wave of the marketing push. But that's it. They didn't get the moment to think that, hey, we are not in the 80s, we are not in the 90s, and legal profession in this, our example, has moved a huge way from 1990 to 2022. So that's one point. And there are some following points. These methods are from 80s. They are not specialized to be used by lawyers. We are specialized and we need specific tools. They are not focused enough on profitability, because if you look at the guidebooks of different methods, there are things about cost, there are things about valuation, but it's not primary thing there. They are not focused enough on people and well-being. Of course, all of the methods say that we want to increase the well-being of the team. We want the people to be more productive. We want people to be more happy. But they do not give you the tools, the real tools, to make your team more happy, more productive. So you stay with the framework, which makes sense. Let's make people happier. Let's make employees happier. But you stay without the tools. And it creates the execution gap, which is difficult to close by the lawyers themselves. So we need the work from the framework providers. So that would be 2 topics. But I also wanted to show you, or 3 topics, but I wanted to show you a different picture, which I'm looking now for. This is a picture this is a view which I saw from my house when I was going out a few days ago, and my wife was in the car. So that's what I saw. And this is about critical things to do. Do you think that in this moment I required coaching? Did I require a training or maybe a webinar? Or should I receive a free ebook, how to perform a good cat rescue? No, that's not what I had to do. What I had to do is to rescue the cat. This was my critical topic to do at this moment. And this is also a bit of an issue with legal project management trainers and providers on the market, because they do not focus on the critical things for the lawyers. They do not ask lawyers, what are your critical things? How using our framework we can help. So for you, as a kind of a takeaway, always when you are working with providers of process improvement, project improvement, anything like this, try to get them to your life, to your critical topics, to your problems. Of course, a disclaimer, no animals were hurt during the picture taking, a cat was rescued. So this is kind of an important topic. And using the opportunity of having all those people here around, I wanted just to drop a quick survey. Do you use Agile projects and methods in your work? Yes or no? I give 3 seconds more as we've got still few people. And this is very, very interesting. Not very agreeing with our survey because it's reversed. 80% of people at this conference say they use Agile methods. But I think in a way, not joking now, it makes sense because I think the type of people who are interested in improving legal services, legal project management, they also more prone to use Agile methods. Renata, as I've been talking for too long, tell me, what do you think is the biggest challenge and the biggest opportunity for legal project management practitioners today and tomorrow?
For me, from my perspective, I think that the biggest challenge is to rethink business model, product management and pricing in the future. I think these 3 areas will change the most, and lawyers need to adapt. As my previous speakers were talking about creating value. Yeah, that's it. The value is changing. What is value for the client? Yeah, and the client expectation is changing, and lawyers need to adapt. And I think personally, they would need to change their mindset on business. They should inspire themselves from other industries and think differently about their pricing model, about their product management, and about their business model. And that will be quite a big challenge.
Thank you so much for being with us. And I dream that one day we will be able to do the real event in Prague somewhere in May or June.
So.
Great setting. It would be lovely. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for all the advice we received from you. Please stay with us and please contribute to the conference. Thank you, Renata.